with one of my best friends in the entire world, the guy that has been around for 5 seasons. Count them, 1, 2, 3. Well, there's 5 here on YSN. It all started with him, and we start season number 5 with the head ball coach of the South Range Raiders, my friend and one of the area's best coaches of all time, Mr. Dan Yeagley. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing good, DJ. Oh my goodness. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years. I remember the first time we sat down. It seems like yesterday.
It does.
Oh my goodness. And how you always wonder, you sit back and say, okay, you always make decisions all the time, but this was one of the best ones I've ever made, is to hook up with you because you're so awesome. And YSN's been so good to South Range and me and everybody else. And we really appreciate all you do for us. My goodness, we really appreciate you.
Too much. I just always remember after the first season, Anilo Bazzacco season, Peyton Remish season, you invited me to your end of the year banquet. And I felt like I needed to tell you that when you go in the Hall of Fame, I am going to deliver your speech. I don't care what Hall of Fame it is. It might be the YSN Hall of Fame. And poster are on our mural on our wall. So it's one of those things. I can't say enough good things about you. Just everybody knows how great of a football coach you are, but I wish everybody could understand how great of a man you are outside the lines as well. A lot of people know, and I've heard so many stories, because when people say, who's the coach that you'd want to be coached by? It's you. It's you every single time. And then there's a lot of people that say the same thing. So kudos again on making so many impacts on people.
My goodness. It's been a blessing over and over again. And success is the people around you. My goodness. And I surround myself with great coaches. And, I've been fortunate to have administration and South Range schools allow me to hire the coaches that I need to be successful and bring those people in. And, my coaches have been fantastic. And, kudos to the players because they put up with me. They put up with me and put up with all of us. And, we push them to the limits because we have to. I mean, with the teams we play and the things that we do, we have to push these kids to the limits, and they give us all they have, and every single day. I mean, even today in the rain, and then all of a sudden it got hot and humid, and they still pushed it and gave it everything they have. So, it's not one person, it's a whole team. And, just like you, it's a whole team. My goodness, you do a lot. I know you do, but you surround yourself with good people also.
100%. All right, we're going to get to football in just a minute, but I have to ask you this from a leadership standpoint, from a coach's standpoint, and just from a human standpoint. A few days ago, there was a truck overturned down the road from South Range High School. A little bit of media coverage on it, probably one of those things where, but the story behind it were 3 of your South Range players helped a guy the truck was completely turned over, and you saw your guys on top of the semi truck pulling the gentleman out of the truck. When you heard it, when you got to kind of hear the story, what was the reaction from your standpoint?
I'm so proud of them. I mean, my goodness, when somebody's in need or when there's a need, when somebody needs help, we should always be there to help them. My goodness, we've all been there, and we all had to rely on other people. And to have, Connor Jones and Logan Cormel and Xander Mercer, just being at the right place at the right time. We talk about God's presence all the time, but, he put them in the right place at the right time to help them. And those kids sprung to action. I mean, they, kids today just sometimes shy away from stuff like that, shy away from, helping people or putting themselves in a situation. These kids didn't. They didn't question it. They didn't do anything. They just jumped right in and helped the guy, talk to him, made sure he was okay, then helped him get out of his cab because he was injured a little bit. And, there was a lot going on, and, the one kid dialing 911 as soon as he could, Xander, making sure that, they got the police there in time. And it's just, like I said, for us to be on lunch break at that time during doubles, and then one a little bit more, so they were running down the roads, and so roads farm market, and all of a sudden, seeing this happen and then springing into action. Like I said, God puts people in places all the time, the right place, and I really feel that was one of the situations. And like I said, I praise the boys. I praise them in front of the whole team, and because that was something that we can all learn from. When somebody needs help, spring into action, help them as much as you can. Because one of them even said we weren't sure what we were going to find when we got there, and it is scary. I mean, it's people don't know, and luckily, the driver's okay, and luckily everybody was okay, and they were there to help, and nothing worse, happened from that. And luckily, like I said, those kids were in the right place at the right time. So proud of them. So very proud.
You have to be, and even more so from your standpoint. The interview after, when I can't remember who said it, so I apologize, but they said that's our character at South Range. That's what we're taught to do. That had to leave you kind of heartwarming, and I mean, even as their coach, as a role model, that had to make you feel good, because all of that effort, wins and losses aside, that is what it's all about.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's more than wins and losses. I mean, those are relevant. They're going to come and go, but you try to set an example. Those kids need help. They know that I'm here for them 24/7. They know that I'll help them. I'll do whatever they need. Sometimes you just go out of your way to help these kids, and my coaching staff is a lot like that too. They'll do anything for these kids, and whether it be this, that, T-shirts, shirts, shoes, whatever. I mean, we'll help them with their schoolwork, whatever needs done. We'll benefit for them, and that's what you hope that they learn, that we're here to help people. I mean, that's the right thing to do, is to help people. And we even talk about it in schoolwork. If somebody needs help, don't be afraid to help them. I mean, you can help them any way you can. And that's part of being a team. And, when one of our teammates is down or out or whatever else, guess what? We're here to lift them up. We're trying to, show them that there's compassion, there's love in this team. And I tell them all the time, I love them to death, and I mean it dearly. And I hope they know that I'm here to help them, and I think they're catching on that they're here to help other people also.
You keep talking about schoolwork, Coach, but for those who don't know, you hung it up last year, first year as a retiree. What was the summer like? You spent it with your lovely wife, I'm sure. And how does that, like, did you feel like almost a new coach with some of this time on your hands to do some of the stuff, the scouting reports? You told me you were doing the laundry before we got on the air.
A lot of people ask that. It really hasn't been any different. This is my normal June, July, and August right now. Okay. So, we go into camp, we go lifting in June, we start conditioning and everything in July, and then we start doubles in August and game time. It really hasn't sunk in yet. It won't sink in until next Tuesday, I think, is when school starts. I don't even know when school starts. Next Tuesday when it starts, and I have to, and I don't have to be there. That's going to be. It's going to be crazy. And I mean, I'm not doing laundry. Kelly's doing the laundry. we're doing some game pants stuff for our kids. They decided to go burgundies, and we wore them for picture day. So I wanted to get them nice and clean for them. So Kelly's doing the laundry, not me. But it's just I'm going to really miss the kids. But that's what I'm going to miss the most. I'm going to miss the kids, but. I get my football fix every day. I get to hang around these kids, and and I see them. And today I saw the boys soccer team, kid around with them a little bit, and I saw the girls soccer team the other day, and talked to those girls a little bit. So I'm seeing the kids all the time, and like I said, that's what I'm going to miss the most. I'm going to miss being the kids, seeing them in the hallway every morning, tell them good morning, and just to hang out with them. I'm going to miss that. I'm not going to miss the other meetings and all that other stuff. I'm not going to miss that at all. Making sure that I'm going to professional development and all that other stuff. So, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to coaching. I'm looking forward in the off season, maybe do a little traveling and doing some things here or there. And just, like I said, hanging around with Kelly, so far it's been pretty good. We made a move. We actually moved sold our house there in end of June and 1st of July, and moved into another house. So downsized a little bit, just we're going through a lot of changes in our lives right now, and but it's all good. My goodness, I'm I got my wonderful wife with me, Kelly, and everything's going well. And I have wonderful friends like you and everything else, and I got my great coaching staff, and I got my wonderful players. So there's a lot of changes, but it's going awesome.
I love it. I love hearing all that stuff. God bless Kelly. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah, she has to put up with me.
All right, let's talk about football. I've wasted 10 minutes off the script with you, so I appreciate the time for that. But let's
my goodness, this is wonderful. I love talking with you. You know that.
I hope so. Like, we can talk forever, but
I
know that, and I know you're trying to avoid it right now because there's a lot of people that want to know about week 1. There's a team that you're going to face this year. You didn't face last year because of the COVID shortened season.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of eyes going to be on this game, Coach. It's going to be, one media outlet's going to have it. YSN's going to have it. And all eyes to me, it's the game of the state on Friday night. It's South Range. It's Springfield. It's a perennial contender, two perennial playoff contenders. And it's a team that's been in the state finals 2 years in a row, looking to make it 3. What's the first impression you have of the 2021 Springfield Tigers, and how do you stop them?
We're going to play South Range football.
I knew it.
That's what we're going to do. We're not, when we sit there and you start worrying about Springfield and start worrying about what they're doing and everything else, it all comes back down to say, we're going to play what we know, and we're going to do what we do, and we're going to try to do it the best we can and eliminate any mistakes and try to make them cause a couple mistakes here or there, and hopefully we can take advantage of it. But we're going to play South Range football. I mean, last year was crazy. I would have loved to play them last year. They got us the last couple of years before that in overtimes and stuff like that. So I would have loved to have played them last year. And I know he would have liked to play us too, because it is a rivalry game. It would have been a great game and another packed crowd. Well, I guess it wouldn't have been a packed crowd, 50% or whatever it is. But, it would have been a great game. And, I'm so glad that we get to play this game this year. I mean, I'm so looking forward to it. And our kids are too. They're very, very good. I mean, Coach Guerrero does a great job, and his staff does a great job, and he has players. I mean, my goodness, you start with Bo. I mean, he's a great player and one of the best in the area, and and we got to, we have to have a plan for him. But our plan is just to play South Range football. If we can go ahead and keep him on the sidelines, and we can get long drives and give it to our great players and have our players take care of their jobs, and hopefully we can keep him on the sidelines and keep him out of the end zone, and hopefully we can punch it in and get some scores. But it's going to be a great game. I mean, like I said, Coach Guerrero does a great job preparing his kids year in and year out. Obviously, look what he's done the last 2 years, something that, I only dream of. I mean, what he's done. And, it doesn't surprise me because he has it rolling, and like I said, he has some great players. But I'm looking forward to see how our kids react to that. I sat here all week and looked at Dylan Dominguez and Connor Jones and those guys and saying, okay, you know this kid. We know him. I mean, he's just like us. Nothing different. Talk to Logan Cormell and Jacob Brooks and Michael Lally and said, you know what, our line is good. We can take care of the game, and we can control this game. And they're going to rise to the occasion. I really believe that. Now it's going to be a heck of a ball game, and unfortunately somebody's got to lose and somebody's got to win, but it's going to be a heck of a ball game, and I'm looking forward to our kids rising to that occasion. Ethan Zins and Corey Pennick back in the secondary is going to have their hands full with him throwing the ball. And then, like I said, we got to take care of the running game up front also and take care of that job. So him running the ball. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be exciting, and hopefully the Raiders come out on top.
Hoist the colors. That's what we do.
That's right.
All right. So you alluded to a guy who's going to get a lot of attention this year, and Dylan Dominguez. He's got a lot of attention over his career, and rightfully so. This is a guy that, you know, could be the straw that stirs the drink for your team this year offensively. I mean, there's a lot of people out of the backfield, you know, being able to catch the ball out of the backfield, being able to run for big chunk of yards at a time. It all starts with your front and your O-line. I know that as an offensive lineman. I know you love that. But a lot of eyes are going to be on 34 this year. Talk to me about Dylan Dominguez and the expectation not only that you have on him, but he sets on himself.
Dylan's been a 1,000-yard rusher for 2 years already, and he's going into his third year, and we have high expectations of him. I mean, we're really looking forward to. I'm very excited for him and the year that he's going to have, and he'll be the first one to tell you it's not about him; it's about the other guys, because the other guys are what's going to make things work. You know, you got those offensive linemen have worked their butts off to get him all the glory that he deserves, and they know that it's a very selfless job, those offensive linemen, but you know they work hard. You know Michael Lally, Jacob Brooks, you know Chris Colucci, Logan Cormell, Bern Laws. You know those guys are going to make things happen for Dylan. And then you know you got Billy back there and Connor Jones, and you got Aiden Leone out wide, and you got Shane Lindstrom. You got people all over the place, and J.D. Krause playing tight end. It's going to be a team. It's not going to be one person. And like I said, Dylan will be the first one to tell you that it's not about him. It's about the team, and the team's going to make everybody better. I mean, it's going to raise everybody up to the occasion, and Dylan's just going to be the one that we can rely on, and we know we can rely on him, and he's going to rely on the rest of the team to make everything work on Friday night.
So call me crazy, but I feel like
I wouldn't call you crazy.
the last 5 years, or 4 years, 5 seasons, I feel like South Range still doesn't get the I guess they're just due. I mean, you're always flying under the radar. Is that something you like? Would you like somebody to say, hey, they're the favorites in the NE8, they're the favorites to go here, or does it even matter to you at that point?
You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people think. You know, we're going to sit there and we're going to go to work. It's funny because, you know, I'm a hard worker. I love going to work early. I love doing that kind of stuff. And the kids understand that. You know, if they know, practice starts at 3, well, I can show up at 2. Coach Yeagley's going to be there. You know, we know that. Or I can show up at 1:30 and Coach Yeagley's going to be there. It doesn't matter. It's the work mentality. You know, we're just, it doesn't matter what if people think we're going to win or people think we're going to lose. We have to go in with the mentality that we're going to work hard. We're going to work hard. We're going to work our butts off to do the very best that we can. We're going to lift each other up, and we're going to play as a team. You know, it's just, you know, pack our lunch and let's go. And, you know, that's what we're going to do. And, you know, it's not about, you know, putting this person up on a pedestal or that person up on a pedestal. It's putting the whole team up there, because that's what we really feel is important. And if we're going to win games, we're going to win them as a team. If we're going to lose games, guess what? We're going to lose games as a team, and we're going to regroup, and we're going to get better the next week.
Okay, so every year we ask the same question, the first coach's corner, and there's a different character each team. Each year it's been significantly different, which I've been very impressed with. The only answer you always say is we're going to play South Range football, which that's going to be on a shirt along with oh my goodness, which is I can't wait for. But talk to me about the character of this team. 2021, this is a different group, different feeling, and of course they have some lingering effects from that loss to Kirtland last year that, you know, a lot of people thought this is going to be the game that South Range upsets the perennial powerhouse that is Kirtland. What do we have to look forward to, and what's the character of this team this year, Coach?
Well, you know what? I was talking to the seniors tonight, and it's funny because they were talking about just sort of like a motto, and, you know, they said it's time to get going. You know, it's time to play. It's time to, you know, pull things together and do things the right way. And I really agree with that. And that it's just, you know, last year, you know, unless you win the final game, you know, you win the state title, you're always going to end the season in a loss. And we got in there, we gave it our best shot. I talked to Tiger the other day because he was in the scrimmage Poland, and I pulled him aside and we had a nice talk. And he understands. We were banged up going into that game, and we still gave it everything we have because the kids played as a team and gave it. They played South Range football and gave it their very best. And he also knows that he had 22 seniors and we had 6, and he knows that we have a nice group coming back. And we're going to give it we're still young. If you really want to look at the numbers, I mean, we have more kids out than we've ever had. We have 65 kids out right now. Last year we had 45. Lost 6, brought in a big freshman class, still only have 9 seniors. So our, senior class is still small, and got a big junior class behind it and a big freshman class. So, I'm just last year we had to deal with COVID and bringing everybody together as a team. This year we've been together. I mean, we loved the winter. The weight room was fantastic. The kids bonded. The kids had a lot of fun. This group really cares about each other. I mean, they really do. They don't care if they're seniors, juniors, sophomores, or freshmen. They're in it for the team, and they're going to help each other out. Matter of fact, in practice, sometimes I see players, instead of getting on a kid about making a mistake, they try to cover for their mistake, the other kid's mistake. They try to help them out. They roll the coverage that way, or all of a sudden somebody misses a gap or misses a block. Well, the next person picks up that block for them. And just little things like that where I don't even know if they know they're doing it. They don't even know if they understand that they're lifting each other up as a teammate and trying to make them a better player, and not doing it by cutting them down, doing it by degrading them. They're doing it by, I'll help you. I'll lift you up. We'll do it together, instead of, that kind of mentality, instead of, why did you miss that block? And why don't you do a better job? They're doing it as a group. And I just, my goodness, when the team starts loving one another and they start lifting each other up, that's more the wins and losses right there. So they care about one another, and they're going to go to war for each other, Friday night, and they're going to give it everything they have. And I'm looking forward to it.
As are the world. I mean, we're all looking forward to this one. It is, to quote Jim Ross from WWE, it's going to be a slobber knocker, and we're all excited for it. 2 last questions for you. One is, would you rather from earlier this week? So it's rivalry week for you. Springfield is a rivalry that goes back a ways. I mean, when Paul Munson's telling you it's a rivalry, it's back there. So it
was a rivalry when I played.
Don't let Munson off the hook. All right. So the question is, and I think I know the answer. Would you rather go 1-9 and beat your rival, or 9-1 and lose to your rival but win the rest?
You know what? I want to beat that rival. I really do.
You surprised me.
Because I tell you what, if we, we beat Springfield, and everything else is going to fall into place. When we scrimmaged Mogador, it was a great scrimmage for us. It was a hard-nosed hard-fought scrimmage. They had some great players, and they beat us around a little bit, and we beat them around a little bit. And we came out of it saying, okay, we got to understand what Coach Trussell used to say. You got to improve from week 1 to week 2, or you got to improve from your first scrimmage to your second scrimmage. Great teams will do that. Well, we pulled it together, and this team pulled it together really well, and went down to Beaver Local and played much, much better. And they played as a team, and they got after it, and we improved from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2. Now the step is, okay, now we got to improve from scrimmage to game 1. And so far this week we've had a good week. Practiced well, got after it a little bit. Practiced on grass, which we're not used to. But yeah, it was a good week. So I really, really, really want to beat Springfield. I mean, that's if we beat Springfield, we're not going to go 1-9. I can tell you that right now.
I would agree with that.
Because these kids will be living high off the hog. They're going to get going after it and have a great rest of the year. But anything can happen, and we know that. So we're going to play our best, and we're going to play South Range football, and we're going to get after it and let the chips fall where they may, and have a lot of fun.
Love it. I love it. All right, last question. You said you moved. You and Kelly moved, downsized a little bit. Everybody despises moving. You are the most optimistic person I've ever met in my life. What is the least favorite part of moving for you?
The least favorite part was right before conditioning started, is right during the middle of football. So I didn't have as much time, but moving wasn't that bad. It was, Kelly made it good, so that makes it easy. We just, I know I still have boxes here. I guess I should look to my left and see a box right there that still needs unpacked, and there's still some things that still need done. But it actually went very smooth, and again, a lot of it's because of friends and blessing of other people. And when all of a sudden I'm going to throw a Joe Dickey bone here, because I know they're sponsoring this too. Joe Dickey, all of a sudden Dickey showed up with a trailer at our front door, and we were able to load it up to help move. And another one of our friends got us a trailer. So we had 2 trailers that we were able to fill up, because we had to be out of our house on July 1st and into our house had to be out of our house by the 5th of July, but we couldn't get into this one until the 2nd of July. So we had 3 days. So there was a lot of moving going on, a lot of storage units. And like I said, thanks to DICKEY Electric and a lot of our other friends to be able to do that. And I even had a couple kids come over and do some heavy lifting for me, because I'm not as young as I used to be for some reason.
No.
But it went good. I was the move was not a problem, and a lot of that was, like I said, because of Kelly and family and friends, and we all got it done. So blessed over and over again, and happy to be in our new home, our new little house, and happy to I can say I moved closer to you, because we moved into Columbiana. So there we go.
Well, things might get interesting in the next couple of years, because we might be moving towards your direction as well. So I might join
awesome.
you we might join you in the Columbiana crew. So
which would
be great. I know Sarah's her ears perked up when I told her you moved to Columbiana. Oh, really? That's just another reason for us to move into the nicest place in America.
Yes.
So, okay, Coach, that's going to do it for this episode. Episode 1, Season 5 of the South Range Coaches Corner, presented by Joe Dickey Electric, proud sponsor and proud mover of Dan Yeagley and his lovely family. Coach, good luck against Springfield this week. We're all watching. We're all proud of you, no matter the outcome, and just have a good game.
Oh, DJ, thank you so much. And YSNs, thank you so much for, again, doing this. This has been 5 years, and it's been a wonderful 5 years, and a blessing each and every year. And it's fun watching you guys grow, and watching you, your team grow, and how fun it is. And we're looking forward to Friday night, and I'm glad you're going to be there. And I'm glad that, looking forward to this rivalry match, and hopefully the Raiders come out on top, and, you beat those Tigers. That's our goal. And, the best thing I could say